get my 6. Hey guys, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid. We're doing something different today, and it's for a good cause. Yes. Yeah, we're looking for that. We are looking for the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live in the forest behind my home, while we're going to be watching me run approximately 5,000 meters, 5K, 3.1 miles around my homestead. We already have a watcher over there, so keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. Don't necessarily watch me as I run. Watch the wood lines. That's where most of the action takes place. Here's why we're doing this. Once upon a time, I was a competitive distance runner, and I was really good. I was state champion in the mile in West Virginia in 1991, ran a 4-minute and 33-second mile, 9:56 2-mile, ran the 5K in college and the 10K. My best times were 16:20 for the 5K and then 34:08 for the 10K. So I was really good, but I wasn't like good enough to advance to like a Division I level. I ran for a D3 or D2 school, and I was not Olympic material, but I always hoped I would be, and that was the goal, and that's what I strived for. I gave it everything I had, and I did pretty good. Even though I fell short of the ultimate goal, I ended up doing pretty good for giving it everything I had, but that was then. Now at 46, what I will tell you is that the older I get, the better I was. And last year, I ran a 5K, and I've talked about this on the channel before. It was my first road race in like 10 or 15 years, because I'd gone off to war, lived in Asia all those years after being in the Middle East. And what I found was that somewhere, at some point during this 10 or 15 year span when I had not been into running and road racing, 60-year-old women and 20-year-old college girls got really, really fast. And I got beat by several ladies in both of these categories in that 5K race last year. And I went back into retirement. And it was, I'm going to admit it. There was some pride. There was an ego thing involved. And, I went through the first mile in 8 minutes. They called out the split, and I laughed. I said, there's no way. They got to be lying. I'm running 6-minute mile pace, but it is what it is, and that's all that it is. And I'm not going to make any more out of it than what it is. However, I've been inspired. I've been inspired by big old George Foreman, believe it or not, and something he did, back in 94, I think it was, when at age 45, okay, I'm 46 now, but when George Foreman was 45, he regained the heavyweight title in boxing. He lost it to Muhammad Ali with the Rumble in the Jungle. But he beat Michael Moorer, who was 26, to do something that everybody thought was impossible. He won again, very late in life, okay, for an athlete. That's not old, but it's old for an athlete because our time is limited as far as our strength, our speed, all this stuff goes. Well, I had this big aha moment because this group, look, it's a group out of Charlottesville, Virginia. They're called the Shelter for Help in Emergency. They sent me emails, flyers, because I did the race last year. They said, look, we're still going to have the race. It's just going to be a virtual race because of COVID-19. We can't get together, congregate in groups, but you can register for the race, do a virtual 5K, record it if you want like this, put it on social media, make other people aware of it. Their primary purpose, I believe, is to help people who need help in an emergency, such as victims of domestic violence and whatnot. It's a good cause. Unfortunately, that stuff does go on. And so here was my aha moment. Wait a minute. I can pull a big George right here. I can be just like George Foreman. I can come out here, do this virtual 5K, and win. I honestly believe in my heart that there's no one here today that can beat me. I don't care how fast these 60-year-old plus women and these 20-year-old college girls are. I don't care how fast they've gotten in the last 15 years. I challenge all comers today to try to beat me in this 5K. Okay? I predict, they used to ask me about predictions when I'd race. And I was never bold enough to always pick myself. And so my prediction was always, I believe the winner will be the first person to cross the finish line. I'm going to be bold. Just like Big George back in 94. He said he was going to hit him with a 1-2-3 combination and win. And they were like, what's that mean? He says, well, if I don't get him with my left, I don't get him with my right, I'm going to get him with my belly bump. I'm going to make a prediction today myself. I predict that here on my family's estate, which we have a long history, this estate has been in our family since 2016. Bought it 4 years ago. I predict on my estate, I will win today's 5K race in support of the Shelter for Help and Emergency. You're welcome to watch me run. You're welcome to look for, again, potentially, should he, she, it, or they exist, and should one be living in the forest behind my home, this is a particular area of interest. Runners set. As you can tell, we're at a high point. This is steep. Okay, so it's going to be 10 laps. 3 laps around my place is a mile, so I'm going to add another lap to make it a 5K. It's probably going to be a little bit longer, but I don't care. Because I have enough confidence today to believe that even though I might be running a couple hundred yards longer, I still believe I'm going to win this race. That's my prediction. Oh, man. Tired already from walking up this hill. Runners set. Bang. I've taken an early lead. Crazy Lake maintains his lead despite a hilly course. He's always been a hill runner. Oh, man. Despite a 9.5-minute first mile, Crazy Lake maintains his lead. He switches his position to run the course in the opposite direction so as not to get stress fractures. Mile 2. With 4 laps down, 6 to go, Crazy Lake maintains his commanding lead over the rest of the field. We are halfway through this race, folks. 5 laps down, 5 to go. Crazy Lake looks unbeatable. despite a very slow 2 miles. Crazy Lake maintains his massive lead with just over a mile to go. We're down to the final mile, folks. 3 laps to go. Crazy Lake so far ahead, you can't even see whoever's in second. And he's not even showing signs of being tired. This guy, this aged warrior, doesn't even need to stop to catch his breath. Such an inspirational showing in this sporting event today. He's so fit, it's been years since he's had a side stitch. Unbelievable. We are witnessing history. This is going to be a historic final mile. Direction will be reversed so as to prevent stress fractures. It's unbelievable, folks. This is unbelievable. Crazy Lake is 2 laps away from at age 46 winning his first 5K in nearly 20 years. This is it, folks. 1 lap remains. 1 lap to go. If Crazy Lake can just finish, even if he has to crawl across the finish line, his lead is so commanding, he may still win it. Final lap in reverse direction to avoid stress fractures. Here he comes. History is made today. Oh, he stumbles, he falls, but he crawls. He is literally crawling to the finish line. He's not gonna stop. Oh, he wins. Oh, 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 oh. at 46 years old, Crazy Lake has just pulled a big George Foreman and did the unpredictable. He won his first 5K. Shelter for Help and Emergency. Charlottesville, Virginia. Prevent domestic violence. Help those who are victims. Won his first 5K in nearly 20 years. We're going to interview this aged warrior as he cools down. Oh, hold on. Wait, don't watch this part. Oh my gosh. All right, so guys, if you potentially saw a Bigfoot Sasquatch in this video, especially down there by the woodpile, let me tell you something. You're saying, oh, he was just running real fast there because we could see him on the camera and it's downhill. There may or may not have been something large, bipedal, 8 feet tall, 800 pounds in these woods, motivating me to run fast enough to do what I just did. You saw it. It was slow, but it's a hilly course. But as I predicted, no one beat me. Reminded me of high school cross country back when I was really good. Senior year, I broke the course record of every course we ran on except 2, the regional and the state. And I finished so far ahead, you couldn't see who was in second place. Yeah, it's just like today. And look, you can see all the way around. So this was a massive victory. Still, there's been no one else cross the finish line. Now listen, guys and girls. I'm doing all this tongue-in-cheek because that's what I do. Not the Bigfoot Sasquatch stuff, but the, witty, dry humor. If you've been following the channel, you know this. When I got home from the war in Iraq, I spent the first 6 months in a hospital, Army hospital. I had surgery, went through rehab, physical, mental, and I was told, this was 2009, it's 11 years ago, I was told I would probably never run without pain again, but walking was enjoyable, and it is. Dumbest thing I ever did was believe that. Get on a litany of crap they told me to get on. And for a number of years, my life was not very enjoyable. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I made changes. Got back into running. I'm slow. I know I don't have speed, but you know what? I do it. I enjoy it. I love it. Never stop dreaming. Never stop achieving. Today's win. My first 5K win in nearly 20 years. After being told I probably wouldn't even be able to participate in this sport pain-free. I'm not in pain right now. I'm just not in shape either. Been biking a lot this summer. This is proof that the race is not always won by the fastest. The race isn't always won by the strongest or the youngest. Sometimes, guys, in life, the victory goes to him and to her who simply just keep running. Those who keep moving forward. Go out there today and do something great. Do something that you're not supposed to be able to do. Now, don't get hurt. Be careful. Thanks for being here today, guys.